Okay, hello everyone. So welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to discuss in detail on how to calculate your CRS score if you are a French learner and if your goal is to get CLB7 and put your profile under French category or get 62 extra points in your immigration profile. Your question might be like, how do I actually know what score do I stand at? Or if you are confused about French, that will French really help you or not? How to actually check and get the proof that XYZ are the number of points that you will be getting. But also I'll also tell you, according to your scenario and according to your profile, how much score you will be getting at. Okay, before starting this video, I want to mention that I'm not an immigration consultant, so do not take this as a legal advice. This is something that I just know from my experience of learning French and teaching French to others as well, and giving them advice on how French is beneficial. So it's completely just my perspective. So it's not an immigration advice at all. So let's go on to one important resource which we use to calculate the CRS score, which is called Calculate Your Express Entry Score. So, there is no name, but you go onto this website, canada.ca, and on that you go on to CRS score calculator. What happens with that is just go on to internet and types calculate my CRS score Canada, and then this website will open. Make sure to have canada.ca website open, not any other third-party websites. Okay, so on this page you will see that this questionnaire will start. Okay, it is a CRS calculator and the questionnaire will start. So simply you just have to respond to the questions. Now the response to the questions will depend on not your current profile but your future profile when you will be applying for your permanent residency. Okay, and there are going to be 2 to 3 different scenarios that I'm going to talk about. First scenario we are going to talk about is if you're someone who is here after 12th. Okay, what your score will be without French and with French if you're here after 12th. Okay, and the second scenario is going to be if you're here after graduation, then how French will affect your immigration score. And then lastly we are going to discuss whether it is useful to put French as a first language or second language, which will give us more points in terms of French. So there are a lot of secrets that are going to be revealed, and I'm also going to burst a lot of myths today, because a lot of people have wrong ideas about different things when it comes to putting French in your express entry profile. So let's go on to the CRS score calculator. First, let's discuss about the scenario, those who are in Canada after their 12th, after their high school. Now, obviously you would have, either you are studying in a diploma or you would have got the diploma and now you're on work permit. We are going to discuss about these scenarios. So firstly, the question is, what is your marital status? Obviously, you're going to be never married, single. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. How old are you? At the time of your profile, when you would have got your work experience, you will be around 22 or 23 of age. Okay, so that is what we are going to put it. Right now, if your work permit has just started or if you're still on study permit, please do not put your age right now. Put it 1 to 2 years later. Okay, and then what is your level of education? Now over here, it's important to read it before just putting your level of education. Enter the highest level of education for which you earned a Canadian degree, diploma or certificate, or you had an educational credential assessment. Now this is your highest level of education which you have. Okay, apart from high school, did you graduate from Indian college or Indian university? Okay, if you did, then you have to get your West done. But right now we are talking about 12th students, so in this case it won't really apply for you. So your highest level of education will be Canadian degree or diploma. Okay, because now once you graduate from your college, or if you have graduated from your college, only then you will be able to put your highest level, which is your highest level of education. So that will be your 2-year program at a university, college or trade school or other institute which is in Canada. Okay, and then have you earned a Canadian degree, diploma or certificate? Now obviously this one, if you're after 12th, this would be a Canadian diploma. Okay, so over here you will say yes, and the level of education for that will be 2 years of diploma or certificate. Okay, make sure to read this properly. Now I'm not going to go word by word, but if you pause and read this properly, you will be able to understand why we are selecting these options. Okay, and then now let's move on to the languages. This is going to be one of the most important sections. Currently I'm only going to select English, okay, because I want to show you what your score will be with good English score only, without French, and then later we are going to compare what your French score will be. Okay, so right now let's only select English exam, most common one is IELTS that we go with. In speaking, listening, reading and writing, we're going to go with 777-8 because like most of us are having that focus or that goal to get 777-8, which really boosts up our score. So 7, listening I would put 8 because it's comparatively easier, 7 and then 7. And then, do you have any other language results? Yes. In a better world, when you have cleared your TEF Canada, you'll be putting TEF Canada, but right now we are just putting not applicable. And then work experience. Now this is important to understand. In last 10 years, how many of skilled work experience in Canada do you have? I know if you're on work permit, if you're getting the work experience right now, you won't have 1 year of work experience, okay? But you still have to put 1 year of work experience just to see how much score you will have after you got 1 year of work experience. And that cannot be any work experience, that has to be tier 0, 1, 2, 3 category jobs. This is very important to understand. So when people ask me this question, is it just possible to know French and just get PR? No, you still have to get tier 0, 1, 2, 3 work experience because this is one of the minimum requirements of Express Entry to create your profile and to, basically have your profile in Express Entry, okay? Otherwise, you really won't be eligible. So you still have to put at least 1 year of work experience. In Canada. Now this is an experience in Canada. And then this one, question number 2 regarding work experience. In last 10 years, how many of total foreign skilled work experience do you have? Now if you're after 12th, obviously you won't be having this. Okay, so you will be putting none or less than year. Just like me, I never had any work experience from India because I came right after 12th and got experience in Canada and gave my French exam, and that's how I got my PR. Okay. Do you have a certification of qualification from Canadian province, territory or federal body? Again, I'm not sure. I'm not an immigration consultant, so if I may be wrong over here, do not come on to me. This is, I believe, PNP, but for most of you guys this won't be applicable. Additional points: do you have any valid job offer supported by LMIA? No, for most of us this would not be the case. Do you have a nomination certificate from province or territory? Over here, no, we do not. Do you have a spouse or common law partner? For most of us, no, we do not. If you will have a brother or sister related to you in Canada, then you will get 15 points probably. In most of us, no. Now, if we see the results, after oozing out all the benefits of the different profile factors that you have, after 12th, your maximum score will be 425. And this is maximum we are talking about. Why? Because IELTS 777-8. Higher than this, it's very difficult to go, but this is where we max out in IELTS 777-8. We will be getting 425 score. Okay. If we get 2 years of work experience instead of 1, then it would increase only by 20 or 25 score. It will go up to 450. So it increased by 25 score. So again, not enough. Okay. Now, if we just get 1 year of work experience, but if we give French exam with it, now over here, when we talk about any other language results, now we will go with TEF Canada as well. Yes. Okay, and what scores do you have to select? You have to select the middle range because this is going to be our NCLC 7 in speaking, NCLC 7 in listening, NCLC 7 in reading, and NCLC 7 in writing. Okay, so middle bar in all the bars which was there for each aspect. Now if we calculate the score, now over here, first thing you will see is that we got 12 extra points for second official language. Okay, so this is a good news, but also now because we are fluent in French language skills, we got 50 extra points. So 12 plus 50 is equal to 62 and 425 plus 62 equals out to 487. So this is our score which we will be having after getting 1 year of experience in Canada if you are after 12th. Now, if you have 2 years of work experience, you can add 25 points over here as well. That will be 512, something like that score you will have if you had 2 years of work experience. Now, not only you will be getting 487 or 512 points after your 1 or 2 year of work experience, but also your profile will be selected under French category draws. And if we talk about French category draws, the recent scores were very, very less. Like if I show you an example over here, this is the screenshot of the recent French category draws, and it was very, very less than what score you will have after getting even 1 year of work experience in Canada. Okay, so this is my recommendation. Now let's talk about the second scenario for those who have graduated from India. In that case, what will happen is all you have to do is just go on to this question: what is your level of education? You will select bachelor's degree. and then the Canadian degree, diploma or certificate will just remain the same because most of us takes 2 years of diploma. So if we go down and now calculate the score, so after putting our education and language results, we are still keeping IELTS, not French, and now if we calculate our score, we will be around 447. So again, if you put TEF Canada results over here, the score will come out to be 509. Okay, so extra 62 points, but also your profile will be selected under French category draws. Now, for people those who ask this question, can we put French as a first language? Firstly, I understand from where you're coming from when you ask this question, but I actually want to mention why you cannot do this or why it's not a good decision. See, firstly, because when you want to put French as the first language, the preconceived notion that you have in your brain is that French score and English score are equal, but they're not. English score, the 778 in IELTS, is not CLB 7, it's CLB 9. So if you put CLB 7, which is for French, as your primary language, then you are showing less competency in your primary language. Okay, think about it, because this score that we are talking about in IELTS, it's 7877, which actually equates to CLB 9 in English. Okay, whereas this score that we put for TEF Canada, this is CLB 7777, so it's CLB 7 overall. Okay, so English, we put English as the first language because we have more score in it in terms of CLB chart or NCLC chart, whereas in French we have less score in it. So automatically it would not be a wise decision to put French as a first language, because if it's your first language, how you scored less, okay, and you will be getting less CRS score in French if you do it that way. So that is why English, you should be putting English as your first language. So this is how to calculate your CRS score, and this is how many points French can give you if you're after 12th or after graduation. So if you are interested in learning French, you can connect with me, you can book a consultation, the link is in the bio, and for more such content, stay tuned and I will see you in the next one.